Hey everyone, welcome to this HTML crash course video for absolute beginners. Have you ever wondered how web pages are created? How do they display text, images, videos so seamlessly? Well, the answer is HTML. HTML is the backbone of every website you see on the internet. So, in this video, I'll take you through everything you need to know to start creating your own web pages from scratch. So, if you are a student or someone who just wanted to get started with the coding or web development, sit back, relax, and get ready to deep dive into the world of web development. Before moving ahead, that is before learning HTML, we need a code editor. Uh, Basically, it will help us to write the HTML code, and we have two options here. First one is we can just write code online. One is we have CodePen. We can just go to CodePen and simply log in or sign up and click on the start coding. Now you don't need to install anything, just we can write HTML, CSS and JavaScript here. Let me just hide these two, CSS and JavaScript. We can just directly write HTML and it will show us the output at the bottom. Let me just write something. Don't worry, I'll tell you what it is. Hello world. Okay, as you can see, the output is visible to us at the bottom. So one way is this, it's a online code editor. We can write our code here, and another option is you can download code editor. I'm going to use VS Code editor. You can choose anything of your choice. You can just simply go to the download here and download based on the Windows, Linux or Mac, right? Once you get it down, once you download it, it will and open it, it will show something like this. I have already downloaded it. Now let's talk about HTML. So HTML is Hypertext Markup Language. You all must be wondering what is Hypertext Markup and language. So let's just take one word at a time. We will start with the hypertext. So hypertext is basically any text which is visible on a display, right, or computer screen. So as you can see this here, all are hypertext, right? This is hypertext. It's a text which is visible on a computer screen, and it might lead us to another web page or to the same page at a different place. If I click on docs, it will take us to another web page, right? Correct. And if I click on the language and overview, it is again taking me to the another web page, right? So this is a hypertext. Now let's talk about markup language. So markup language is basically markup language is used to describe structure and formatting and the presentation of text, images, etc. on the web page. So HTML is used to create structures to the structure of the website on World Wide Web. Let's create a folder where our HTML file will be placed. So I'm going to create the folder on desktop, naming HTML, and open it in our VS Code. Click on the top left and here you will get open folder. Just simply open it, HTML folder. Now it's a place where our HTML file will be lying. Okay, there is no need to name the folder HTML. I have given it the name. You can name it anything which you want, right? So let me tell you one or two things about the HTML file. Basically like our audio file has extension of .mp3 and video files have .mp4 mkv, right? And our photos have jpg. Similarly, for index file or HTML file, we do have .html extension. You can name it anything, but it should end with .html. So let's just create one. Index, it's a name of the file, and .html, it will tell it's a HTML file. So yeah, it's created, and it will be running in the browser, right? So how we can run, there is two way. One, we can just simply right click here and copy the path and paste it on the URL of browser. By doing so, we'll make sure now this file is running, even though it's nothing is visible, because we have not written anything inside the file, so that's why it's blank. But one way is this, simply just right click on the file and copy the path, paste it on the URL, right? One way is this, and another is you can just simply go to the here extension and make sure you have this live server installed. This one, with this icon, make sure to install it. What will it do, when we'll be writing some code, HTML code, and we want to see the changes, we don't have to again refresh it. Like live server will take care of that. We'll be just running the file using live server. Once you have installed the live server, you will get this go live here at the bottom right. If it's not visible to you, at the bottom right you will see go live. Click on it, it will take your file live. Ignore the pop-ups as for now, and let's just say localhost, we have our index.html file here at localhost 500. No, not 500, 5500 we have our file is running, right? Just ignore the pop-ups as of now. So it's a blank file, right? And before writing anything here or starting with the file, let me tell you one more thing. HTML is not a programming language, it's a hypertext markup language. And just one or two analogy I would like to give you. To our first of all, while creating any building, right? So we must make sure to have a structure of the building, right? So that structure in a website is HTML. HTML is a structure for the website. And another example you can take is like human body. Bones is the structure of humans, right? In the similar manner, HTML is the structure for websites. Let's see how basic structure of HTML looks like, right? First of all, we do have this doc type HTML. What it does, it basically tells the browser which version of HTML it is. So by default, HTML is HTML5. So it will tell the browser that this doc is type of HTML, right? HTML5. Now after that, we have HTML tag. HTML tag. Inside this, we have head and body tag. So this is the basic structure of an HTML file. I am sure first one is clear. Now inside this HTML, we have head tag and body tag. So whatever we will be writing inside the body, it will be displayed on the browser. Let me just write it hello world here, and you can see it is visible. We are not live. Let's see. Just click on the stop and click go live again to see the it should okay. It's showing us hello world here. So if I change here hello world, it's showing us, right? It's showing us the changes as we write. You can see, correct? So I was telling you that whatever we write inside the body, it will be displayed on the browser. So what about this head? Inside this, we write basically metadata. We can write what is the title, what is the title of the page. Just notice, right, as of now there is localhost 5500, right? And if I give it title HTML crash course, it will show us HTML crash course. I hope you noticed. So it tells inside head whatever is written. It's mostly about telling the browser basically, or Google, what it is. We can write description here. We can write We can link our css and javascript files, so all this goes inside our head, basically metadata. And we can add details around of search engine, SEO related, right? So we are mostly concerned with this. Whatever we are going to write inside the body, we are mostly concerned about this. Okay. Now let's discuss some heading tags, and before moving to heading tags, let me just introduce you the comments in HTML. Comments are like you can write something for yourself or someone who reads your code, but it will be ignored by the browser. That is comment. So if I want to comment this hello world, what I can do, I can just simply go here, select the text, right? I can select the text and press command plus for question mark on the Mac. It will give me comment. It is commented, right? It will be ignored by the browser, and it is there for us to read, or someone who will be reading our code, they can read, but it will be ignored by the browser. So let's just remove this hello world and let me write heading, right? Let's discuss heading tags here. We do have 6 types of heading. First of all, let's see. First heading, h1. This is heading tag, h1 tag, and I can write here heading 1 and see how it looks. You can see it's a bold and highlighted, right? And the text side is greater than the hello world which we wrote, right? So heading 1. Similar to this, we have heading 2, h2 basically, and you can notice the difference between h1 and h2 tag, right? Similar to this, we have h3 and up till h3, h4, and h5 and h6, h5, and at last we have h6. So these are the heading tags we have. You can clearly observe the difference between them, right? Heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and heading 4, 5. So you have noticed many headings in a web page, so you can define them like this. We have another text that is for paragraph tag. So it is just simple. It starts with p and ends with p as well. We have something, we can write paragraph inside this, and I am going to use lorem. For it is it's a text. You can use it kinds of a placeholder when we don't have a text, but you want to see how will it look if the text is there. So you can just click on lorem and press enter. It will show you, it will be filled with some text, right? So you can notice the paragraph we do have here, paragraph, and the difference between headings and paragraph, right? So if you are writing anything text, you can consider these tags, right? Now we'll be discussing some of the typo tags. That is, if I have to just make it bold, this word, only this word I have to make it bold or highlight it, make it italic, or I just want to strike this out. So how we can do it? Like, what are the tags for that? So one tag for making it bold, we have b tag. Just make this word, keep it word this word inside the b tag, and you will notice it's bold, right? For making it bold, we can write it inside b, or strong tag. We do have a strong tag as well to making it bold. Right? So you can notice if we can use b tag or strong tag, it will both give us the same result. Now for making it italic, we do have I tag. Just keep the word inside in between I tag, and it will be italic. Just notice it is italic, right? And for underlining any word, let's underline the ipsum. Same, keep it in between u tag, and it will be underlined. Notice the ipsum is underlined. This has been underlined. And similarly, if we want to highlight any word, we have mark tag. Mark tag, we have just put this word in between, mark, it will make sure that it is highlighted. As you can notice here, it has been highlighted. And last but not the least, we have something for strikeout as well. So it's a del tag. It's a del tag. So you can notice it has been striked out. So this was some typo text tag. Basically you can play around with this, and you don't need to remember all these tags, right? It's just to know that we can use, we do have something like this, right? You don't need to memorize it. Cool. uh, Now we'll see some more tags. We have discussed mostly around text, right? Now let's discuss about something. Let's discuss about images, right? So image tag, for image tag we have img tag, and it has two attributes, src and alt, right? And before moving ahead, let me tell you something. The tags which I was using, this terminology tags here quite often, the tags, it basically starts, I think you have observed, tags, it starts with this bracket and closes with this as well. So this is the opening of tag and this is closing, and the difference between opening and the closing of tags is just this, right? So this is the tags, and when I say html elements, it basically consists of this whole. Tags is basically just opening and closing, and html element is tags and the content in between as well. And when I say attribute, attribute is basically, it determines the characteristics of an html element, right? So let's discuss about what is this image tag, and what is the src here. So src is an attribute of this image tag. src basically, we have to give the source of the image. There is two options. One, you have downloaded it, there is a image downloaded in your system, and you can just simply paste the path of the image. Other one is you want to show some online images. So let's just have online image, html logo. Let's take the path, images, take any image, copy image address and paste it in the source. Just paste it, okay? And let's see, I think it's quite big url. Okay, no worries. You can see we do have image, right? We do have image at the in our page, correct? So we just simply need to paste the address of the image and it will show us, right? And if you have noticed, we have another, it's quite a big link. Let me just take a smaller link so that I don't need to scroll that much. Copy image address, it's a big, but it will be less than this. Okay, it's a big image, no issues. We do have image, right? And I wanted to tell you about this alt, what it is. It's another attribute of image. What it does, it basically, when there is some problem, like internet is not working, or the image where it has been removed from the this url, right? You thought it is present at this link, right? And by any chance it's not there, somehow it gets deleted or anything happen, it's just not there. So when the image is not successfully load, what do you want to show there? Or alternate text, we can just type here uh, html logo, like it was html logo here. It will basically tell the users or the ones who is on our web page that it was the html logo, even though if it's not visible right now, it's visible clearly, right? And let me just make the link change, right? I have deleted some of the text here or from the link, and let's see, it's not visible. So it's a broken image is there, and we can see html logo is there. by basically written text. HTML logo is there, which we have written here. So I hope these two attributes is clear to you, right? And let's discuss another. And if the image is there, so this HTML logo won't be visible to us. Basically the text won't be visible to us because the image is loaded successfully. It comes in action when image loading is failed, like, right, when image is not able to load. And another, we have some height and width. We can just simply say give it height and width as well. These are some attributes. It's refreshing. Now you can see the larger image has been quite a smaller now. We have resized it, we have given it height and width, right? So I hope this image tag is clear, and we have discussed its attributed as well, right? Now we'll be learning about anchor tag. Basically, initially, when I show you how to download VS Code, I Google it on VS Code and I click on the page, and it redirected me to VS Code site. So now we'll be learning the anchor tag. Anchor tag, basically anchor tag. We don't need. Okay. So here, anchor tag, we do have this attribute href. It basically, if I have to go, right, let me show you. Let me just write here link to Google. Okay, so you can notice it's showing link to Google, but if I press on it, nothing happening, right? Nothing is happening. So let me just give link to Google, copy and paste it here. Now if I click on this link to Google, it will redirect me to google.com, right? As you have seen, as you can see, it's taking me to the google.com, right? So this is the anchor tag. But one thing you might be wondering, what can we open it on the new tab? Like if I'm clicking on it, my this page keeps intact and the google.com opens in the new tab, right? Like this. So yes, we do have another tag, not another tag, another attribute, which is target. If we give it underscore blank, it will open it in the new tab. Let's see, link to Google, it's opening in the new tab, right? So yeah, if you want to redirect to some of the other link, so you can use anchor tag, right? Now let's discuss about the list tag. So we do have two types of tags here in list. One is uh, unordered list, and another one is ordered list. So let's see, first of all, ordered list. Okay, so let me just write the heading here, not the, let's have h2 or list unordered first. Okay, unordered list. So for this we have ul unordered list, and inside this we can write li. So first item, let's give item first, and li another item 2, another one, let's have item 3, and see how it looks on the browser. So you can see we do have it was h2 tag unordered list item 1 2 3. It starts with this dot, right? So unordered list works like this. Okay, so now let's see ordered list. uh, Ordered list, it starts with ol ordered list, and inside this we can write similarly as we have written in the unordered list, basically li items. So item first, li item second, li item 3. By default it will show us in numbering 1 2 3, first second third. We can write it in the form of abc as well, and we can even play around the list and make it nested. So let's see how nested list will look like. We will be just playing around the unordered list. You can even play around the ordered list as well. So first let's have a item first, and have item 2. After this let's have another unordered list, and inside this let's have a sub item first, li sub item 2, and see how it looks. You can see we do have a nested list. You can write ordered list as well in the similar manner. Okay. It will work fine, right? HTML has dedicated tags for table as well. So let's just explore the tables in HTML. Let me just write here table. Okay, and let's just give a heading to tables. Okay, so for that we do have a table tag. Inside this we'll be writing the tags for table. First one is like head. If we have a table, or if we have a table, first row it will be a head. Basically it will tell what will be the corresponding column will contain. Like first one can be a serial number, and second column can be a month. It will, and corresponding columns to this, or below it will tell the column, and below to the serial number will tell the serial number. That's basically 1 2 3, right? And for that we have body. So this is the, you can call it the first row, and the remaining row will be inside our body, table body, and it's the table head. So we have tr tag, basically table row. So we can have different rows, and but inside table head we will have only one row, and we have and let's just have 3 rows inside body. As of now let's have 3 rows inside our body. Okay, and in our head let's have 3 column, right? And column is for column we have td, basically cell. So first one will be like serial number, and second one let's have a month. We can have a month, right? And third one let's have date. Okay, or we can write it like in terms of day and month. Okay, day and month. Let's see how it looks. You can see we have a serial number, a day and month. At the bottom left you can see serial number, day and month. And let's have a different cell here, td 1 first day, or serial number 1. Day we can write any day, let's have Sunday here. And month, let's have Feb, right? Let me just copy this and change it to 2 3 Monday, Tuesday. Okay, you can notice at the bottom we have table, serial number, day, then we have month. We can have a table border as well, serial number here, and we can have border. Let's just give it 2. You can notice now we do have a border as well. A border is a attribute for our table, and we have a small teeny tiny table at the bottom. It's look cute, right? So yeah, this is we do have many attributes for table. I would highly recommend you to go and explore and then play around with it. But the basic idea remains this. We do have a complete table. For that we have table tag. Inside this we have 2 tags, right? Table head, what will be the head? That is, the head is this serial number, day, month. Then we have this table head, what will be the head? And after that we have body. So take it like this. If we have complete table, it is divided into two, head and body. These two it divided into two, and inside the head we have one row, and inside this we have many columns, as many as you want. After this, at the bottom, in the inside body we can have similar manner, many rows and many columns, right? I hope table tags are clear to you, right? So let's move to another tags. This tag is quite interesting, which we are going to discuss now. It's a form tag, right? So whenever a user visits your website, and if you want to take some data, so there must be a form, right? So we do have a form tag here for that, and we'll be discussing all the tags related to form. Now let me comment this, and similarly let's have a heading for form. The form tag is simple. Form, it starts with the name form, and it's an action. We don't want any action right now. And inside this, first of all, we are going to discuss, you won't see anything right now. And first of all, let's discuss two things, that is text area tag. So it has let's see what is there when with the text area. With text area, you can see we have an area where we can write text, right? We can just simply write any text here. So it's a text area. This is the text area, and we can name it, we can give it, let's say ignore these themes. We will be discussing in the CSS video what is id class and all. And here this column and row, its attributes, so we can just simply increase it as well. So I've given it 500. Let's see, you can see the difference now, right? Increasing the column, basically increase the width, and increasing the row will increase the height of text area, right? You can see it's quite big now. Let me just reduce it back to the way it was. Let's see, 50 10 how it looks. Yeah, it's fine, right? Cool. So this was the text area. Now another tag, after form, another tag we have is input tag, right? And it can be, first of all, it's by default type is text, so we can just simply type text here. And for that, let's just we it does have another attribute of name. Let me, and we do have a tag label. So for inside, for give the same name which I am going to give in the attribute of name here. So let's just have for password, or just I'm giving it name first input, okay? And for it's going to be first input, and we can just simply write here, please enter some value. So let's see, now you can notice here it's written please enter some value, and we have this input field when we can write, and we can change the this type attribute. This type attribute is quite amazing. We can, it was text, right? And we can make it now checkbox. We can now check it and check out, right? And it has many value here, and it's quite interesting. I can even select password. So if I write anything, it will appear as if I'm typing a password here, and will hide it, okay? Similar to this, we have we can even select, if we want to select file, we can click, we can write file here, and it will give us this option, right? And it will give us an option. It will open the modal for us to select any file, right? And so these are there is many values inside type attribute, and I will highly suggest you to play around with these values, okay? You will enjoy it and you find it amazing. Now we'll be discussing around semantic and non-semantic tags. So first of all, first thing foremost, we will be discussing about what are inline and block elements. So let me just show you something here. If you notice here, like I have written heading 1, new heading started from the next line, right, and the heading 3 started from the next line, even though there is a space, right, but it did not started from there, it started after new line. And same thing for here, same thing here as well, right, the with the paragraphs, right. And if I add one more paragraph in between this image and paragraph, you will see it will start from the next page, oh, next line. Just notice, starting from the next line even though space is there, right, correct. So the this is a div element, elements which are starting from the next line, okay, and it's leaves a space before and after. These are block level element, right. I hope this much is clear to you. Block level elements are those which starts in a new line, right, like this. Headings are block level and this paragraph is also block level. So another one is inline. So what are the inline elements? Takes only the width necessary to them. Notice here in the case of image and this anchor tag, right, remember image is finished at this point, right, and the anchor tag starts just after this, correct. If I write any other tag after image, just notice what happens after image. If I just write let's just write a paragraph tag, okay, uh, see what happens, it started from the next line. And because it's a div element, not the div, because it's a block level element, it has not allowed, it has not allowed anchor tag to come after this, just after this it has taken all the space available and it has pushed the anchor tag to come in the next line, right. I hope this is clear to you, the what is block level element and what is inline level element. This is also an inline level element, inline, right. This much is clear. Block level element is the one which takes up all the width available, and inline takes only only width which is necessary, right. And they inline elements allow others to come after them, but block level element pushes take all the width and pushes someone to come after or above them, not just besides, right. So this was the block level and inline level element. Now let's talk about the non-semantic tags, right. Non semantic tags. So non-semantic tags are the ones which does not give you any information about them, nor to the browser, right. Like div, it's a block level element, and if I write anything inside this, right, mm, uh, hello coders, if I write hello coders here, it does not tells me by just reading div I don't get what's going to be inside this, right. Whether it's going to be a paragraph or it's going to be heading, like after reading h1 I get the idea, like yeah, it's a heading, right. And after reading form I get the idea, like it's a form, right, it's a form. But after getting writing div I don't get any idea. It's a use as a container, it's a block level element. And another one we have span, which is inline level element, inline, right. For showing you I can write let's have another span, inline, and you will notice hello coders is there and the inline is there. It's inline level and it's a block level element, block element. So these were non-semantic. On the other hand, the semantic tags, on the other hand we have semantic tags. Let me show you some of the images here of semantic tags. If I go to the you will get the that statement which I was saying, that while reading non-semantic text you don't get any idea what did I mean by that. You will get it, it will be more clear to you now, right? So let's open this image, and you can see non-semantic text, div, span, div, and at the bottom we have div. So if someone has written the website in this format, we don't get any idea like what it is. And if someone has written the website in semantic HTML, so header, it's a tag, right? And if you read the header tag, you get the idea like it's at the top, right? It's a header of the website. And similarly we have navbar. Navbar is a if you have noticed at the code pen side, we do have at the starting, leave it, this is the navbar, right? At the top. No, this website doesn't have a navbar. I think VS Code had the navbar, clear navbar, right? So this is the navigation bar. If I click on any of this, it will navigate to another page, right? It's a navigation bar, and it's a header at the top, and at the bottom, if you notice here, at the bottom we have footer. So you, if you read this footer, you will get the idea that it's at the bottom, right? And similarly we have main, article tag, figure tag, para tag, section, and aside. So we have these semantic tags and non-semantic tags. I think this is clear. If you are given any it's a if you are applying for any job, and if you are given an machine coding round, basically some assignment to code out, right? And someone has written site with the div and span tags only, basically not with the non-semantic tags, and you write it with semantic tags, so you will be given a higher chances of getting that, or your score will be basically higher than that, right? So I hope this is clear to you. So yeah, that's it for this video, and I hope everything is clear, all the tags which we discussed, and things we discussed in this video. And you will find the code link in the description for this. I'll push it to the GitHub, right? And do let me know in the comment section if you have any doubt related to this. Okay, I'll be more than happy to cover it for you. Bye.